Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Enrique, and this is Easy Things to Draw. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Sorry for the crude title of the video. I just kind of was like, I'll tell you why I named it that through this video. I'll talk about it. But this is going to be an art advice video. The format in general is going to be me drawing, just so you're not looking at like a completely blank screen. And I will be kind of giving my advice on a particular topic, and this particular topic is just move your hand, if you want to get started or improve in art. And you're gonna find that a lot of these topics I talk about, they kind of spur from conversations with other artists, or from people trying to learn art, or from art friends of mine. And usually it'll be like the topic of something that comes up in my personal conversations, and I'll be like, wow, or a comment on some of the videos, and I'll create it from that. This one is amusing. This is gonna be about procrastination and kind of maybe how to stop procrastination a little bit. Oh, before you do, if you guys like learning how to draw anything like faces, creatures, all that stuff, that's all on this. That is all on this YouTube channel. And if you like art advice, art conversations, and occasionally I want to start doing a podcast. I did like 3, but they're so far away from each other, I kind of forgot what I put on them. But I want to do something like a podcast. I don't know yet. I'm still working on it. Maybe I'll do another trial run soon. But if you guys like any of that stuff, art related, please click that bell icon. Most of my stuff is for beginners, and then some of it is a little bit intermediate to advanced. So, but I would say the majority is for beginners. So please click that subscribe button and click that little bell icon when you do that, because that'll give you a notification for when I post a video. For whatever reason, they notify you only if you do that. Click that little bell icon after you subscribe. All right. Let's get into the topic. And I'll tell you first off how this topic came up. This one actually was a conversational topic. I have a friend who considers herself a kind of a career artist. Like she well, not a career artist, sorry, like it's like art is a big part of her life, although she doesn't do it for a living. But she is pretty good, and she's not quite a beginner, I would say. I've seen her drawings are pretty good. And so she was talking about, I was actually talking about how I'm trying to improve on drawing certain types, like certain female types, like out of my mind. And I told her that I was committing to this little thing about drawing female, maybe like a page of female heads in my sketchbook for myself. I would draw a page of them every single day for about 30 days. And I've been sticking to that. I think it's about day 8 or something like that. I've been doing that for myself. I probably will post them when I'm done on the blog. If you go to easythingstodraw.net, I'll probably post them there. But if I do, I'll give an announcement here. So we're talking about that, and it's pretty easy. You just kick back, you draw a page in the sketchbook. There's no pressure, really. I mean, I'm not doing it for anything but myself. And more or less just kind of doing it. And she was saying, like, oh, that's so admirable. I wish I could do that. That's what she said, right? That's what she told me. That's not a line, but that's what she was telling me. And in my mind, I said, you can. I mean, that is so easy to do. I just grab a old sketchbook, and I just start drawing a page of heads, and it doesn't even take me that long. So she can do the same thing. Why don't you just do that? And she was giving me a lot of like bizarre excuses. I know for a fact she has time to do that. Let's say it will take her a little bit longer, but I know she has the time. So I kind of just told, all you gotta do is move your dang hand. Just move your hand. Stop watching videos, which is ironic because I'm saying this on a video. But on that topic, just start drawing and stop watching videos on drawing. So I would give the percentage of when you watch a video as opposed to acting on it, when you actually practice it, make it 20% learning, 80% doing. So if you watch a video and like it's an active, if you're watching it just for entertainment, I understand. But if it's something that you actively want to get better at, and you're like, hey, I want to learn how to draw a scarf or whatever, you know, like faces or eyes. You know, I want to learn to draw eyes or something. Watch that video on eyes, try to internalize it, you know, and then you know, obviously practice a little bit as you're watching the video if you're really new, and then once you kind of got the hang of it, you're like, oh, okay, I can generally draw an eye, but it's still kind of wonky, but I got the mechanics down per se. Just you know, start practicing it like crazy. You know, make it that 80% doing and then 20% learning. You're looking at it, you're like, boom, okay, that video was done in what, half an hour or something, and then actually take action on it. If you don't do that, because I see, and I know how it is, because I remember the way I was too, and I mean, occasionally I still am. There's this weird thing of like, I just gotta watch that video on whatever first, you know, and then I'm gonna get it, you know, even if the video's like an hour, you're like, I haven't watched that video yet, I gotta wait until I watch that, you know. And you trick yourself in thinking that that is productive, and sometimes it is productive. Sometimes you do have to watch it, but most of the time you can just start acting. You can just do it, then watch it. You know, correct course. You know, just start moving your hand. It'll, you know, if you just do this for like even a couple weeks, like every day or more than normal, you're gonna find that you're gonna improve like crazy if you haven't been doing it before. You know, most people, in my opinion, from what I've seen, will like try to learn 80% and then like will actually do it 20%. You know, that's not going to get it into your internal mind. That's not going to make it intuitive at all. So you kind of have to like figure that balance out for yourself and be really honest about it. If you're like, wow, I'm just not drawing enough, you know, I've heard that a lot too. I'm just not drawing enough. Like, I don't know, like, well, just draw more, you know, like, is it really that much? Like, how long does it take? You know, I get it if you have a job and stuff, but even then, you can doodle. Get junk paper. How about that? Don't get a sketchbook, maybe, because or just get a trash sketchbook or something. But some people are intimidated by the sketchbook because you're like, oh man, if I mess up, I gotta tear this page out, and how many pages am I gonna tear out, or you know, whatever. And like, what if somebody sees it? Get this, like a ream. I got a ream of computer paper. This is 11 by 17 tabloid size. You don't have to get big paper that big, but you know, get like a ream of that stuff at like any store. It is so cheap. It's got to be under $10 for like a humongous stack of it. Get cheap paper of any kind, and just start drawing it. You know, like what? Maybe like I said, if you didn't have to watch the video, just start moving your hand. You know, on whatever topic you want to start moving. Even if they're junk, even if they're garbage, you're like, okay, you'll start. It's almost like you start. It's almost like a muscle memory thing where you're just like, okay, you'll start knowing like that's not right, and you'll start auto-correcting slowly. You know, of course, there's also learning with this, right? You can't just have no learning and just start doing that. Although that is a good way to draw what you see, so it depends, right? You can draw what you see, kind of thing. That can work. But if you want to understand something, right, you gotta do that 20% of like either watching a video or having someone look at your work or all that stuff, like learning, and then but you got to apply it like crazy when you learn it, when you're like, oh, okay, that's what you do, okay, cool, and then you're like, okay, I got this, but okay, I'll look back on that a little bit, that part, you know, what was this, you know, just to kind of correct it. So you're always doing that. And I'll give you the example I give every time, and people might find this very sickening if you watch this channel, but I always give this example of when people tell me, like, how do you cure this shaky hand thing? You know what I mean? That is the 100%, like, somebody that barely draws, you know, or just started. Like, I mean, just started, like, a few days ago or something. You know, that should go away, like, in man, that should go away, like, in under a month to maybe 2 weeks to under a month. If you're drawing all the time, if you're drawing, like, a decent amount, you know, just draw circles. You don't have to know anything for that. Just practice circles. See, my circles are weird. You just gotta practice moving your hand around. The muscles in your hand are gonna, you know what I mean? Just start moving your hand, guys. Sorry, that sounds like that stupid Shia LaBeouf thing, right? Shia LaBeouf. That just do it. But it's true. Just start moving your hand. You know, because there's a lot of this. Another hesitation would be like, it's almost like you gotta grant yourself permission to practice sometimes. If you're watching so many videos, you're just like, all right, I did that. You know, and you know, there are counter arguments to everything I say. So there is, you know, you could do one head, work on that like crazy. You're just learning so much from that one head, that one thing you're doing. I'm not sure what I'm drawing here, by the way. I don't know what this is, but you know, you're drawing like one thing, you're learning so much, and you do one, and that's good enough for you. That's great. You don't have to draw a bunch of things. You know, I recommend that for me. That's the way I learn. I just draw something over and over until I get, and then I'm like, oh, you know, I either understand it first, and then I start doing it, or then I do it enough, and then I'm like, I kind of got it on a surfacey level or ish, but now I need to kind of plug in information, understand it, whether you're doing anatomy or perspective or heads or anything like that. But really, just start that mileage. That mileage thing is really, really almost, I don't want to give a percentage, but that mileage thing is such a big part of the game. You know, there's a point where you're like, okay, I have a good understanding of that. Now you have to do it. You got to put the miles in that car. Anyways, that's it. That was a huge rant. The only reason I ranted like that is because I hear that so much, you know. Oh, I wish I could do that, like from like an artist, from somebody who already has a decent grasp on it, or has been drawing for a bit. You know, for a bit I mean like even like a month. You know, if you've been drawing for a while, anything, you know, you can do this hoopla. You know, you can do all this. This is not. I mean, it's fun. It's amazingly fun. You know. There's advice lately that I thought was amazing that's really been helping me personally with some of the harder illustrations I do. And it is, you have to, okay, so like, and I'll put it like this. I heard it from some self-help thing. So when you're doing something, think of something you like, right? For me, it was, let me think. I had a program like, when I was first using Photoshop, long time ago, I had like these, you know, kind of this huge, you never seen those humongous books? They call them like the something Bibles, you know? They give you like everything you need to know about a certain program. I had one of those gigantic books, and I was going through that book because I was so into Photoshop in the beginning. I was so into that, like using it. And when I was using that, it was almost like technically I'm putting in a massive amount of time. Like I'm putting so much time in, objectively. If you look at it from far away, somebody'd be like, oh my God, that is so much work. But it felt like nothing to me, right? It felt like a breeze. I was like, wow, that went quick. I mean, I didn't even feel it. You're like, oh wow, it's already been an hour? Like I've been doing it. It's just like nothing. Because I was kind of inspired to do that. Just kind of remember to, you know, do it because you're inspired. You know, what do you think is cool about it? What do you think is cool about a head? What do you think is cool about this? You know, when you do that, it doesn't seem as bad. And that advice lately has made my illustrations a lot better. I've just been getting work done a lot quicker. I have less headaches over like some of these really hard jobs. It's like, oh yeah, like I like this, you know. Anyways, that's it. That was kind of an add-on. Thank you guys. I appreciate you watching and hearing my rant. Please comment below what you guys think. You know what I mean? And I'll see you guys later on. Please don't forget to subscribe and click that little bell icon. I'm going to update about twice a week, and see you guys soon.